Hello and welcome to an all-new Geek World Order video. Randy here, and today we have another toy review up on deck, and we're going a little old school today. We're going back to the Beast Wars line. And today we're looking at Snarl, the figure that turns into a Tasmanian devil. Yes, this is the US release as Snarl. Some may know this figure was also released in Japan as part of the Beast Wars the second line as Tasmania Kid. So let's take a look here. The figure has a lot of gray and brown, and you'll see there is some visible head syndrome, some body syndrome, but overall, like the overall beast mode is fairly clean. We'll take a look here. Got those nice detailed teeth. Got that blue eye. This gray stripe across the back. So the head has a little bit of, not much. You can get the jaw a little bit. It's just, it kind of works because of how the figure transforms. You can probably tell. But overall, and you can see kind of some parts in here that look like fangs or something coming out of the back of the throat. But you'll see how it all kind of works together in a minute here. It's got some legs that do a decent range of motion, and then you've got the various articulations here. Your mid-90s Beast Wars basic figures, ball joint city. So let's go ahead and get this one into transformation, because overall, not a lot you can do here. These legs do kind of rotate, and then they can kind of go in and out. So let's take a look. The first thing you want to do is remove the tail. So basically, the tail is actually on one of the spring-loaded missile launcher gimmicks. Yeah, basically you just hit, so it's kind of like a reverse. It's more meant to like store the tail. But you just kind of click that and it comes out, and there's the gun. There's the handle, there's the main barrel. It's a halfway decent looking gun. So what you want to do is you're kind of going to bring these arms up just enough, and you're going to create some clearance. Basically, see how you have it back. Pretty much you just want to kind of get it mostly in line there, but the panel's going to come up. And you do the same thing over here. So, kind of do that. But there's some different things you can do. You kind of put the panels in, and the legs you can kind of put up, and there's not a lot you can do with them, just as far as the leg storage goes. But yeah, basically, just straighten it out, because these are pretty much going to become his hands. So, as you can see, not a lot going on as far as transformation goes. But actually, let's pop those back out for a second, because you're going to do a couple of things here. The first one, you're literally just going to pull it out, and there's the chest. So you got the tongue, it becomes this kind of upper abdomen section. And what you're going to do here is the back half pretty much is just going to separate out. Okay, oh, right, because I think there is technically a tab that goes onto. Oh, yeah, there's basically a tab. There's a slot and a tab. That's how they work, or that's how they're supposed to work. So, you can tell the heck, but that's kind of the thing. Basically, bring it in half. And honestly, doing this should be enough to get these pretty much out of the way. So, you're going to basically bring them down and rotate. Bring them down and rotate. And flip those forward. Then you take these fang looking things and yeah, pop them on back. Because that is how his feet are going to form. So there he is in the mode. And this part is never easiest because this part does make him very top-heavy. Yeah, he's a bit of a top-heavy figure, so let's see. And you can kind of pull those back. So it should pull a little bit more weight forward. It's not the greatest thing, as you can see. But yeah, you can kind of pull those in, and it is going to help disperse the weight, surprisingly. So yeah, he's kind of got a big shell on his back. Like, there is some nice detail, though. I mean, outside of the gray, so the gray and this copper color, I like the combo. The chest details, kind of where the teeth fall and what become the animal tongue, pretty good. The blue eye detail, got the white teeth, the black snout. Overall, it makes a halfway decent looking foot. As you can tell, the foot boot is like super large because that's like his whole lower leg, and that's like the boot. So yeah, that part is a little weird. Now what you can do is you take there's a hole here, and you can put the gun into it. So not a lot you can do articulation-wise. You almost kind of gotta put the arm out a little bit to have the gun sitting there. So yeah, as you can see, I kind of got it rotated out a little bit, as otherwise you're not gonna have a lot of range, because that's not gonna work. So you kind of almost gotta rotate that out just a tad bit. So if you want to have the arm, yeah, this is not the most effective gun as far as product goes and how you have to display it, but, and then yeah, so unfortunately, because of the backpack, you don't have a lot of, I don't think you have a lot of options as to how you can pose it, because really, if those things, the back legs go too far out, the figure's basically going to fall over under its own weight. I mean, granted, some of this may also be the fact that, you know, this figure is from like 1996, 97-ish. And even then, as you see, I gotta have it's hard to not have the feet too close together. But overall, this is not a bad figure. It just doesn't particularly stand out to me. And then, yeah, the legs probably, the legs and the backpack are probably kind of the weakest points on the figure here. Is because there's so much bulk. I think it could have looked better if maybe they folded in just a tad bit more. Maybe be slightly more flush with back here. I think that would have been my main request. I mean, you can kind of move them a little bit, kind of up and down. But otherwise, you're not getting a lot of here. The backpack and the weight of it is definitely going to limit the posability and what you can do with the figure. I think as far as the sculpting and detail is, it's not bad. So it's actually a fun little figure. Like I said, it's not a perfect figure by any means, but it is certainly an alright figure. I don't really have too much negative to say about it. It's kind of a kitschy idea. Really kind of unique, but overall, I thought with what they could do at the time at 96, 97 or so, this is not a bad figure. This is perfectly fine within the line, and it's a small class. So I know the figure didn't cost much to start with, but overall, I'm okay with it. It's a decent figure. You know, if you get a chance to look it up, you can always look up the Japanese version, Tasmania Kid, if you want to try to get it. Better, more accurate to the cartoon coloring, which those companies were way better about than we were. But I think that'll do it for this one, guys. This is Beast Wars Snarl, aka Tasmania Kid. If you liked the video, leave a like, drop a comment saying what you liked about the video. And then if you just want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button to follow us for more. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.